Today they're predicting rain, but I was thinking I'll just take a chance because I made up a new mount for the camera, and it's turning out to be a little more complicated than what I thought. And here's the reason. With this motorcycle, with the dark windshield, the R1 and the 750, and actually the 650 with these dark windshields, what happens when you go to record? Here's what happens. You wind up looking at half of the windshield. So what I did, I thought I'd come up with a solution for this. And you know, the solution, sometimes it isn't as easy as what you think it is. As an example, if you put the camera mount here, that suction cup doesn't hold because this has a bend, and it's so long that it tends to vibrate. Then I thought, oh, I got the handlebar mount. Well, I tried that. Of course, it blocks the windshield. That's a problem on this bike. It doesn't really sit well on this bike. The handlebar mount is not in a good position. So again, that's an annoying thing. And on this, when I've tried to shoot footage on this, the two possibilities are that when I mount it to my jacket, it's too low, and I put it on a helmet, it's too high. And it's very strange. There's a let me just use as an example here. What I found, because I'm looking to have a little bit of the instruments showing if possible, and I'd like to see the road ahead. Now I came up with absolutely a brilliant solution. When I have the camera mounted on the top of the helmet, if I'm mounting it here, and let me just demonstrate this. This is not the camera, but I can't really do it until I turn around this way. This will save you a lot of aggravation. If you tilt it down just enough that you can see the top of the helmet, you've got to be able to see. If you do it, if that's not enough, but if you think there's the reason that this camera has a wide angle lens, I guess, when you're just showing this part of the helmet as you're facing backwards, it doesn't look good when it's static, but as you're riding, and I guess it's because you lean forward, the riders behind you are in perfect focus. So that was one of the tricks that I learned. And you know what I'm afraid of? Of course, shooting forward, it's just a question of getting your angle right, depending on if you're riding a sport bike or riding a touring bike. But the problem is, if you move your head, all head mount things tend to get a little wobbly. The one on the chest seems to work the best so far. But again, I made this little invention up that I thought would work, well, work better than what they give you. The thing they give you is like a bra strap, and it's very, very difficult putting it on and off. So, well, let's just leave it at that. Difficult would be, I'm trying to make this easier and more fun. So my original thought was of one of the things I wanted to try, and I'm going to just show this real quick. I had attached, and this is heavy-duty Velcro from Lowe's. It attaches right to the jacket. And then I thought, well, let me just start to do this with one hand. I put the other part of the Velcro on the back of this, and I thought, well, I'll just snap that in position. Well, and of course you can move the camera. The camera's not in there right now, but you can move the camera back and forth, back and forth. But what happens is you get this movement back and forth when you hit a bump. And you know, this is the thing. If you're just looking to shoot footage and then show your friend at home, wow, look at this, I did a wheelie or something. But I'm doing it for my own personal fun. I just would like to have better quality video. So, but what I found out with the Velcro is okay, but leaving the strap on, and the strap of course just goes around like a tube top on a woman, and you can snap that on. Well, that makes it a lot better. Now, what I found in the last couple of days, and what I want to try today, when the camera's offset and you have it turned a little bit, it's kind of funny. It's not exactly what I want. So what I wanted to try today, and I'm going to go out, even though it's supposed to rain today, I don't care. I want to try this. It's a waterproof camera. That's another thing. So what I thought about doing, instead of the Velcro here, I was going to use just one piece of Velcro. Let me show this. And see if by mounting the camera right up, see if it's on your helmet, it's too high, and if it's too low, that black windshield ruins things. So I thought I'd just figure a way because I have infinite adjustability with this strap, of mounting this, and maybe even at some point in time, this would be, if this works out, if the camera's in the right spot here, I can put another piece of Velcro here, because you got to be able to take it off when you take your jacket off, of course. You can't put it on permanently. Or the other choice would be, I can put some kind of a rivet, and again, a rivet might work. But again, what I'm trying to avoid having a big pendulum effect. If this could be mounted, see if you could take this and put it right up against your jacket, you wouldn't have the pendulum effect. That would make the video a lot better. And well, this gets more complicated than you think it does in the very beginning. And again, if you just mount it to your helmet, go take some pictures of your friends riding. But there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm looking for something, and maybe something I could even pass on. So the thought was, I'm going to try the camera here today. If I like the footage, I'm going to make some kind of permanent mount on one side, and then Velcro the other side. So when I want to take the jacket off, I can just do that. So I can get it to the position I want, press that Velcro down, and then I know I've got the angle where I'm not looking over those dark windshields. Or I could just buy 5 new windshields, or 4, or whatever they are. But anyway, this really gets... When you think it's going to be so easy the day you buy the camera, because you've looked at other people that have shot footage and they've made all these adjustments. So there are an incredible amount of adjustments available. I just need to know which ones I can make. So I'm gonna take a chance that it's not going to pour all over me, but it probably is. And I don't care. It's a waterproof camera, and obviously I'm waterproof.
Hey Mike, don't even bother, I got the stuff to do that.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, I got the special stuff to do that. When I get home, I'll do it for you.
I'm basically done already. Thanks
Okay,
anyway.
but I got it anytime you need it.
So basically I get back from this ride. At the end of the ride, I got soaked anyway. Of course, the lovely Mrs. Arnowski makes me a nice hot cup of coffee. I thought I'd put this little tip, small tip. There was a couple of times I got back from riding, and the jacket, of course, is wet. Well, a hairdryer is a good way to do it, but what I found is not a good way to do it, and it really was to my advantage not to do it. One time I got back from a ride in the rain. It was really raining, and I mean really raining. And I looked at this jacket and I said, oh my God, you know, these jackets are $400 or $500. Not this one. This one is 100 years old. But I took the heat gun and I just started going like this, and Karen came down and she asked me a question. I had the heat gun held in one spot and I almost burned right through it. So if you do use a heat gun, do this action, keep it moving. But now I got to share something, and this is, yeah, we're almost dry now. It's not even funny. I've been fooling around with this for so long that I've kind of lost track of how long I've been fooling with it. Let me get a pair of pliers. My hands are frozen from before. So what I wanted to see, this was my goal. In the very end, and of course this snaps off, it's just easier to hold it when you do this. All these little mounts that they give you for $9, it's unbelievable how much they give you. And a little box, the couple of things from today that are definitely true. The camera is waterproof. Rode in the rain. I let the camera run to see if anything funny would happen. Didn't miss a beat. Now this little mount that the camera actually comes on and off of, my initial thing that I was going to do is just eliminate the strap altogether. See, first, I didn't want to get the horse in front of the cart. I wanted to get the place, and I think from today's footage, when I go back and look at it and edit it into this tape, when I looked at it real close after the first recording, I said, wow, I got it close. Now, I know, for instance, that for what I'm trying to do, if I could put it right under my nose, in fact, this would be perfect. Problem is, it would be visually impair what you're watching. It also would do this. Now, if it's mounted to your head, the only downside is under acceleration, you lean forward and the thing's out of focus. I mean, it's taking a picture of your front tire. I got about 2 hours of footage of my gas cap already. And under certain conditions, in a perfect world, it would be mounted on a stick right in front of what you'd want it right like that. But you can't have it. I've seen guys put it on the side of the helmet. I haven't tried that yet. But then I always think when it's on the side, you have to put that angle into it. So for what I was trying to develop and share and tell people is, it looks like for me, for what I want to do, and I'm only doing it as a fun challenge. I'm not doing it like Steven Spielberg would and then demanding a raise, to try to get this as close to the bottom of the helmet so that when you lean down under acceleration, you don't hit the camera and knock it down. So I'm going to have to bring the helmet in, and then I'm going to permanently mount one side of this to the jacket to one side, and then hopefully at some point in time even eliminate the strap. The strap is there right now as a safety thing, and to be honest, I think we could live without the safety thing right now. If I had one side with a rivet, a bolt, a screw, something. And another thing, if I have a problem where this is doing this while I'm riding, inside the jacket I could just put in a piece of balsa wood or something to stabilize it. And this whole idea of stabilizing it needs to be stable, but a little bit of vibration is probably to your favor. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm really excited that this worked out so well today. This I thought was the best footage yet with the black windshield, and of course I'd like to have it that I have good footage and I don't have to change this every time, because all of these bikes I don't want to have that this is moving around. And I'm trying to eliminate the helmet thing if possible, unless I'm shooting pictures of a group ride where I want to shoot way down the road at the 10th bike down the road, or backwards at, at the cop chasing me or whatever. But it looks like by the end of this session, I'm going to have something, and I'll show, of course, before I post up this video, what I finally came up with. And you would think, if I screw to pooch here and make a mess out of this, I'm out $9. Now, the first thing I'm taking these straps off. I'm going to save them. Of course, I can reinstall them if I have to. But this really is another awkwardness to it. If I can get this somehow to, well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out right away. My final thought in trying to do this in a way that makes sense, now that I have the position I want, and I thought if I can get it where one side, let's see, do I want to open it? I want to open it that way so I can get in and get my wallet out. So this can be the permanent side, and this can be 2 spots of Velcro. You know, everything in life starts out being easy, and all of a sudden, technology takes over. And it's, it's amazing how quick this gets high-tech. Now, luckily, the Velcro that they sell in Lowe's, relatively inexpensive. And it goes on and off, so there's no marriage license attached to it. Let's see if... I'm not even sure this side I don't even need the Velcro on. So I may even be able to reuse this, because this stuff's about $10 for a 3-foot piece, so I'd like not to throw it away, but we could always buy more. If this was permanently mounted, and it doesn't have to be even on center. Yeah, it should be on center. I don't know why I'm thinking backwards. And I can put 2 little, something adjustable here would be nice. If I get this, here's the 2 issues. If I get it too close to the helmet, I'd like to have it as high as possible. If I get it too close, it's a problem. Because this camera does stick out. If I get it too low, I'm taking pictures of the windshield. So I'm going to just pick a spot based on that footage that I shot today. And then if I have to, in the future, it's only going to be a question of just moving it down just a little bit. So I'll have some adjustability, but I'll shoot the next time I get to ride the bike, that it's not pouring rain or something, I'll get to try that a little bit further higher or a little bit lower. Now, sure, it would be nice if I could move that around, but I want, the idea of the screw is, or the rivet, whatever I'm going to come up with, the idea of that whole thing is, there's no way this pops off the bike now. If Velcro, I'm still, yeah, I know it's on there, yeah, that Velcro thing on a helmet, but I think of that thing in my shower that jumps off at 3 o'clock in the morning. See, all of these safety things come from a world of aviation where, if that breaks, the safety wire breaks, the Loctite lets go. You're always having a redundant system when you do things. I don't want this to be a problem for the person riding behind me. Now, after looking at all the possibilities, I had little 440 screws, little metric screws, washers. I thought the easiest thing here, I have a rivet gun, just put some pop rivets in, and if I wanted to move it the next time, I can just... So I don't want to go through this because that's got a gouge there for the strap, but I can go right in the middle here. Since this is not a critical decision, nothing critical going to happen here, so famous last words. Don't worry, that'll work. And I could always replace the rivets and just by dremeling one side of them off and moving it. But having this permanently mounted to the jacket, I think, is the solution, not that strap, that thing that's like a bra. So this will be interesting to see. Now I took just an ordinary, I didn't want to cut a big hole in the jacket. And what I want to do is I want to get the pop rivet in from the back. I would like it to go in, if possible. Everything in this world is if possible. The top one went in, of course, at least half decent anyway. I'm sure this will be strong enough. There's no doubt in my mind. And having 2 of them in here, of course, ensures that we will not have this come off and hit somebody. And we got our old trusty Harbor Freight. What else? Pop rivet gun. Handy if you got one of those Yoshimura mufflers or something too. this on there. I thought I was stronger than that. There we are. Just about as neat. Inside the jacket, this won't tear up any of the shirts or these. And it's perpendicular. It's mounted. This side will have Velcro on the other side of the jacket. That's all it's left. And we're ready to give this one a test. And each time we upgrade it, I'll try to shoot some video and make more final adjustments. And I always have the helmet mount for those days when you want to shoot farther down the road. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is to test this in the real world. And of course, knowing that if I want to move it down, up, sideways, I could just grind those rivets with a Dremel tool. When I want to open the jacket, I do that. This side never falls off. And if you want to ride with the jacket open a little bit on a hot summer day, you can do that. So, genius that I am. So, if you think I'm really smart, and I know you do, let me tell you, final thing before we go test this jacket. We won't get to do it today, of course. My friend Paul sends me these socks. He works for a Nike, I think, or whatever. Anyway, he has socks. You notice, Paul, I know you're watching this, they have left and right. So it tells you what foot to go on. Obviously, right, left. And they're sweat-proof socks. By the way, they are very nice socks. So here we are. Karen says to me, you know, you need sneakers. Let's go get a pair of sneakers. So obviously, what I do, I put my socks on. I go down to the New Balance place that they sell the new sneakers. And I'm looking, and the kid is putting the shoes on for me, and I'm trying 3 or 4 different ones. And he looks at me, he's laughing. He says, you got the left foot on the right foot on the left? Do you put your shoes on that way? It's all part of being a senior citizen. Let's see that plane go. Come on.
Get it.
Okay. Whoa!
Try to get it again.
Whoa! Whoa, that went good. Wow.
Miles, show Mommy what you do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Miles.
Whoa!
Show Mommy.
Show 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off.
It's mission.
Yeah, mission accomplished. Whoa! That's not a good flight. Come on.
Try again.
Whoa! Okay, one more. One more. Come on. Whoa!
Good again.
Again. Whoa!